Hey guys, it's Cole from A+ Power Sports. We're going to take a look today at a brand new 2021 Assault Matrix 146. Now this sled has the Ride Command 7S display on it, so we're going to go through the little features that are on this screen and show you all the awesome things that this one can do. Alright guys, when we first turn our screen on, you're always going to get the Ride Command warning. Just read through this, but always click OK. And it'll time out also, and it'll also bring you to this screen. Now, the last screen that my snowmobile was set at was the gauge display mode. There's two different ways that you can use and manage and function through the different settings on the screen. You can use your left-hand control for sake of ease just while you're on the trail, or you can use everything right on the screen. And this is also a touch screen that can be used with your gloves. This is how my screen is set up right now. There's a couple different ways that you can change what is displayed here. So tons of different settings. You hit the little setting symbol in the bottom here and you can add a new screen. So let's just show what one of those would look like. We'll go here and you can change the different ways that it's laid out. This one has 4 little bubbles. This one will have 2 bubbles on the top, and then down the side you'll have the grid view, or there's the full list view here. I like this one the most. It's easiest for me to see, but each thing will have a different setting here. So once you pick your screen, how you want it laid out, you'll click on the data that it's going to show. Now you can change it to elevation, engine temperature, all sorts of different things here. If you click on this one, again, you can change what's going to be displayed here. Now as you go down to the bottom, you just click and you can select up to 3 different things to show. So it'll go in order of how you click it. So if you were to start over and have nothing, I want to show my engine temperature first, my fuel level, and then let's say my battery voltage. And we'll click done, and then that pops up here. Now it saves it also as a screen. So now I have 3 different choices for me to go through, and you can change the way that they are laid out as well. So we'll just leave it like this for now. You can also change from your RPM. You can change it from digital mode to this like manual mode. You can see your fuel percentage up here, which way you're facing, and the time. Now your time is also ran off of GPS, so pretty much wherever you go, it's always going to be changing. So like in the UP where we ride sometimes, it'll change from Central Time to Eastern Time. The screen will automatically change that now. So when you click on the little Polaris logo on the top, it'll pull down your settings here. So after we go from the gauges, you can get over to your maps. Now, we're inside of a metal building, so it's probably not going to pick up a GPS signal right now, but we can still play around with it. You can zoom in just like a phone. You can zoom out just by pinching 2 fingers here, or using that on the side. Another nice feature is on the left-hand control, if you just click the in and out buttons, or up and down buttons, I should say, you can zoom in and out of the screens here. You're still able to see your miles per hour and which direction you're facing. Now when you click on your course up and north up, that's the one where, so with north up right now, my little guy is going to be moving around the map. I don't like that view as much, so I'm always going to keep the course up. So my guy, and as an arrow while I'm driving, stays facing forward and the map moves around me. You go down to the bottom with the little waypoint symbol. You can see your current ride. It doesn't have a GPS signal right now, so it's not having a fun time. So you can see your current ride. I haven't rode anything on this sled yet, it's being brand new, but you can see your distance, your elevation that you've gone, moving time, a whole bunch of different data that it's going to be logging for you. We could drop a waypoint and add one. So it's going to drop one right here. We can change the color of it by going into the settings here. There's also a bunch of different logos that you can put on there, symbols. So if you were at a restaurant that you really liked, you could drop the little food symbol here and change the color of it and kind of color code your whole map. Now Polaris has it set up already that it'll have quite a few different waypoints already in the screen right from the factory, such as gas stations, Polaris dealerships, things like that. But you can change the name of it by clicking on here and then go through, change the name of your waypoint, and then you'll click done and that's going to save it. So if we were far away from this waypoint right now, you could click on this and it's going to reposition the waypoint and you're able to move things around. But we just dropped it here, so we'll leave it there for now. All right, back down at the bottom, you can see your rides and waypoints. So I have our store, A+ Power Sports, already dropped. We have just the random waypoint we were just using. But if I was farther away, more than 0 feet, of course, we could click on this and it's just gonna bring me back to it to see what we're working with here. So we'll go back to our Polaris logo at the top and we'll go to our phone. So my phone is already synced to this. If I wanted to call someone, I could enter in a number here, not have to take the phone out of my pocket. This would be really useful when I have my communicator set up inside my helmet. I don't have to take my phone out to try and call somebody or try to use the Siri feature through the communicator. So I can go through this, enter in the phone number, hit call, and with my communicator I can speak with the person that I'm trying to get with. You can change your Bluetooth devices. So my phone's hooked up right now. If I had more people drove my sled, they could connect their phone at the same time. They would just have to change the device they're using. That's pretty much it for this here. We'll go to the music. So like I said, I have a Bluetooth headset in my helmet. So you can see the different songs that you're listening to. You can pause your music. You can turn it up and down with the screen. You can change your sources. If you wanted to hook your phone up through Bluetooth, or not through Bluetooth, but through a USB device, you could plug it in here. It's gonna charge your phone and play the music through that and act just like Bluetooth, but we'll leave it at that for now. Back in our settings, you can easily get to your current ride. It's gonna bring you back to that section we were before. You can look at your rides and waypoints, but it's gonna bring you back to the maps. You can import and export files. So the USB is actually right behind here. So if I had my phone plugged in here, or I could plug in a little zip drive and I could download maps to this. That's how you would update your screen. You plug it in right here and then follow the steps through it to update your screen to the latest versions. On your home screen, you can change it from auto, night mode, or daytime mode. I'm gonna leave it on auto. It's just a lot easier to work with. And when you have it on auto, you can also change this here. Now, another cool feature that the new VR1s and this Matrix Assault has is the different heated grips. So we can go in and turn these up if we want to. Of course, you have it on the side of the left-hand control, but you can also see how hot they are. And you're able to adjust which hand, the warmth of each side of the handlebar, or how hot your high and lows are. Or if you get confused and you want to just set back to factory, you can easily click reset to factory default and you're back right to where it was set from the Polaris. So in our settings here, we're going to go down to all settings. Now in this section, you're able to look at the info of your sled. You can see your VIN number and the software that it has in it, your total miles and total engine hours. So that's nice if you put a wrap on the sled and you cover up your VIN number, you're able to get that right off of the screen here. In the general section, you can connect your ride command account. So when it's connected to my phone, I'm able to transfer different rides that I'm riding my actual sled and then put them onto my phone then. You can change your Bluetooth devices. If you want to forget a device, you would go to this section and say forget, and it'll delete that one off of the sled. You can change your language, your speed units, your temperature, into your system info. Not a whole lot you'll have to mess with here. And then when we go to update our software, you would click this. As long as it's connected, you're going to go into here and then just follow the steps that it pops up after the USB is plugged in. You can change your time. Mine's already set from the GPS, so it'll automatically change its time. And the last one is going to be the vehicle settings. So the cool thing with PID gauges and the ride command screen especially is if your sled does run a engine code, you can look at the diagnostics area and it'll actually tell you what the code is and what it's labeled as. So that's very useful, unlike the regular just little screens where you can't see anything besides just the code that's popping up and then the letters and numbers that come after it. You can change your heated grips here again. We already went through that a little bit, but just another area to get to it. Your GPS status, not a whole lot to mess with here, but you can see all the satellites that are tracking us right now. I have 21s that are trying to find me. You can change your fuel type, so this is a cool feature as well. All the Axis sleds have this, and it's carried into the Matrix now. You have to have the sled running in order for this to work, but you can change between your 91 non-ethanol and then your non-premium or ethanol fuel. Back here in your home screen area, if you hold this little button at the bottom for more than 2 seconds, it'll disable your touchscreen. So if your touchscreen isn't working, make sure you accidentally didn't hold that for too long, or if you just don't want to use it at all. But it does work with gloves, so I find it a lot easier to just use the touchscreen itself. You can also use the buttons on the side. So this will take us back to the home area, and you can decide what screen you want to be on. This will flip through the different screens that I have, and now I have 3 different ones, so you can mess around with those. You can also change it with this toggle on the side. It has lots of different features that it does. Or we can go back. This will just flip through all of our different screens. So the gauges, we'll go through all of those. We'll go to my music that's playing, and then you can go to your GPS and see what's happening there. All right, that's some of the awesome features that this brand new Ride Command 7S display has to offer. Get your hands on one. Feel free to play with one in a dealership that does have one, but it's really useful when you're out on the trails. All right, if you guys have any questions, leave a comment in the section below. Check out all of my current inventory at aplusride.com. If you liked the video, give it a like and subscribe to see all my latest weekly videos. Thanks for watching.